Starting. Hello. Welcome to Ginger's Love. We'll give people a few minutes to join. This week has been really busy for me, but still trying to get here and touch base with my loves and see how you all are doing and just do what we do. So, hello. Who is on with me? Hey, Kayla. How you doing? How y'all doing tonight on this Thursday night? Hope y'all are having a good day, had a good day, and having a good evening. Because time is going down. These days really go by really fast. Before you know it, like it's the end of the week, time waits for no one. Just moving. Got my little Afrocentric earrings on tonight. How you doing? You gonna have to join me one day. You gonna be up for it? Think you gonna be up to jump on here and talk about something good? I need this. Hold on, I'm gonna adjust a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay, that's better. That is better. I always can't never tell. Ah, awesome. Yes, I definitely prepare people before they join me. And whatever I want to, whatever the topic of discussion is, maybe some like questions that I would want to ask just to get the conversation started. But yes, I would definitely have you prepared. Yeah, so tonight, talking about nurturing love, I hadn't too long made a post that talked about us not able to, really, it's not a thing of us getting or giving love, but it is a matter of nurturing the love that is within us. Because as I learned and I have grown to know that we are truly loved, we may have a hard time reaching that and within ourselves, depending on what we've gone through and how hard or how guarded we are to release and be free, and that love be flowing freely through us. That it's really about nurturing the love within us, inside of us, and then being able to connect with someone that is connected to that same love, the spirit of love that we have, and that in which we are all connected. We be connected by love, but we are connected by the spirit of love. So in those times, we know we have troubling times. We experience so much, and people experience things way worse than what we experience, and they are affected differently, and we all handle things differently. It's just a matter of our resilience, our preservation through life, and really the support that we have as well, that nurturing love, that nurturing spirit. So that is the topic of discussion tonight, is nurturing love, because we definitely have it, and we definitely can reach someone when it comes to love. Love is a healing. It heals. It is like the answer for everything, because it is universal. And when you tap into that love within yourself, then you are in a greater position to help nurture love within someone else if they're open to receive that nurturing love. So you may have experienced a lot maybe have experienced something that maybe love nurtured you back to healing, or back to a place where you feel safe, or you know someone that the love that you had or you showed someone was nurturing to help them get through with what they're going through. So what have you experienced that? Have you recognized that the love that you have within you is something that really helps someone else that's going through? And I don't know who else is on here. I can't see, but hello. Thank you all for joining. Because that is going to be our go-to. It's deep and going deep within ourselves and holding on, getting to know that love that resides within us, and dealing with everything else. Just that is part of, self-love, when you start to deal with your challenges or your trials and tribulations that you go through from a place of love and understanding, and just getting those answers like, how can I resolve these issues that I'm dealing with, or how can I help someone else that is going through, get to a place of peace and a place of comfort within themselves, because that's where it's gonna start. That's where the conflict or resolution also is resolved within yourselves. I am hot in here. Do you have any feedback on that? Any experience or anything? Or have you experienced that from on the flip side, vice versa, where you were maybe down and the love that was given to you or shown to you help you get through? And what does that love feel like? What does it look like? Because some people may define love differently and they receive it. That's where the love languages come in at, is how can someone reach someone at a place to where it's not coming from what we think is love or how we communicate it, but being able to communicate it on the level that that person will actually get to see. And my answer, what I found it to be, and I have covered it already just starting out, is that it is just being open, being available to someone that needs you, and even if they're not open to receive you at the time that you're extending that love, or you putting in the effort to try to console them and comfort them in some type of way, is just being able to just be available when they're ready to open up to you. And that is really gonna be the only way, because it takes two to resolve an issue, or it takes that person being open to receive the help that they want or that they need. And sometimes it's just listening to someone, listening and letting them work out things within themselves and process it. I know that has always been a way that I have resolved issues within myself, that I know at the end of the day that I had to resolve within myself, because even though that I have love and support overflowing around me, I still had to resolve those things within myself. And no matter who was there, how they let me, vent, talk, cry, whatever I had to do, I still had to figure it out myself. Figure it out, and then come to a place of peace with the situation and be able to move forward. Because without you having that peace, without you having peace, it's going to be hard for you to resolve whatever you're going through internally. So that's going to be the key thing, is finding the peace within you, the peace within yourself. If it's something concerning you or the lack thereof, then you have to just reach in there and find that peace. Hey, Lisa. Yes, you just have to tap into that place of peace and whatever it takes to get you there. And I know having a support system really does help you get through and nurture the wounds that we go through in life. We all have something that has affected us in some shape, form, or fashion. Like I said, it may did not affect us or have a impact on us the way that someone else, because people go through the same issues that we all kind of experience life on the same, we deal with it the same, but it's about how I'm not going to say deal with it, but we experience the same type of troubles in our life. It's just part of life. I believe it was designed that way for us to become who we will become in the creation of our being. So once we reach that place of understanding, then we can really cope with life a little better. But until then, we just go through that, and that's where they'll deep-rooted wounds happen. Those and if it carries on, if it's never resolved, if you never resolve an issue and you suppress it and don't really deal with it because you don't have a safe place, you don't have support, or you don't have someone that you can trust, it carries on throughout your life until you do deal with it. Eventually you're going to have to come to a place, a time. It's going to become a time where you actually have to deal with whatever those issues that you have suppressed or you haven't really dealt with, because when you don't deal with issues, anything can trigger that pain or that hurt or that rage or anger, whatever feeling that you have suppressed surrounding a situation. It can easily be triggered, and then if you haven't dealt with it, you're going to be dealing with it at that point. You may deal with it the same way, because you haven't really took the time to come up with a resolution to where you have peace with the situation. It's always going to have you're always going to have to reach a place of understanding and a place of peace in whatever issues that you have, so when they do come up, they don't have that much power. And I learned that just by chance, just going in, like the things that I really that I really struggled with, and it was hard for me, and my answer was to not deal with it. Just stay away, stay in your safe place, in your comfort zone, and not deal with the situation, because it's easier sometimes to not to deal with it until you face with it again and you haven't dealt with it. So now you're spinning your wheels, you're going through it all over again because we have not found a resolution to it. So once you get tired, there's going to be the time for you to say, hey, this cannot control my life anymore. I am not going to continue to let this control how I feel, what I think. It has to go. And once you do that, then it's always going to come back to us. No matter what we think, we cannot blame others for, they may contribute to some type of things, but at the end of the day, it's going to be something we have to take care of. And that's what I mean by really learning what love is, and then really starting to internalize that love within yourself. And that is what self-love looks like. It's making sure that you're okay. You are taking responsibility for your well-being, and that's your mind, body, and soul. And they all work one in one, all together. So we're really not separate beings. We have different aspects of us, but we are still one. And it's about us becoming whole, mind, body, and spirit. And that's just taking that time wherever is most troubling at. And it's like a domino effect of our health. When we are working out or we eating right, we are clearer. We have a clearer mind. We have mental clarity. And that's why it's always pushed and it's always encouraged for us to work out and eat right, because that triggers chemicals and hormones and toxins, all those things with us that alter our thinking and how we deal with things. And if that is the case, that's why we have to take care of the temple. And when you really think about, when you start to learn from different experiences in your life, and then what you was taught in the Word of God, it is all saying one thing: the temple. The temple is our body. You know, we have to take care of it, because as we continue to grow, God really does take care of us. As child, we had all kind of little activities. We were walking, we was not driving, we was walking everywhere we needed to go. We were hanging out, so we were active. We was not sitting and, you know, at a job, you know, sitting, not moving around, not doing anything. But we were active, just moving around, and we ate what we wanted to. For the most part, it was on our parents to make sure that we got the right nutrients and, you know, vitamins and the things that we need. But by the grace of God, we were good. We were good through those growing years. But when we start to be held accountable for the choices that we make, the food that we put in our body, the things that our minds, how we think, what happens, and all of that stuff, it all plays a part in our overall well-being. And at the end of the day, once we reach a point in our life, we know that is our responsibility, our sole responsibility. So getting back to helping others in that stand, because you have to help yourself before you can help other people. You have to love yourself, know where love is, and come from a place of love before you can nurture love. And for that love to be able to recognize that what they are receiving from you is indeed love, because otherwise they may draw back and you can't do anything. So what would you do to help people that's hurting, and especially if you're in a place, because I believe it's a reason that we are connected. It's a reason why certain people cross our path. And it may be a duty. It may be your assignment to help that person, or vice versa. It may be an assignment for you. It may be a test of who you say that you are, and God has put somebody before you that may be challenging, but you can listen to your spirit, you can listen to your heart, and, you know, obey it. Because sometimes, like I say, it may be your assignment, or it may be your test. Like, what are you going to do in this? And hurt people. Yes, they do. Because when I was hurt, I did hurt people. But heal people also can help heal people. Yes. You have to. It's like no way around it, because if you don't heal yourself first and you start to take on other people's problems, and that becomes draining, and then your issue may may overshadow what it was that you're trying to help. So that's why I say you can only love somebody. You can only love somebody as much as you love yourself, or you can only nurture that love as much as the love that you have within you. And for a long time, you don't really understand what love is, because what's been demonstrated as love turned out always not to be love. It can be some sense of control or possessive. You know, people be possessive and it's mine, and, that's where that control come in. So, but when you let go of control and trying to possess somebody else, then you also open yourself up to be free and able to let love flow through you, because you're not trying to control anyone, and you're not trying to control the outcome of situations. You just know, like, whatever happened, no matter what happened. And that was one of the self-affirmations, one of my favorites, that no matter what I go through, no matter what challenges that I go through, I know I have the ability to overcome it. And I will, holding myself accountable and working on me has been my main focus. Well, God bless you, because that is the focus to have. That is, because once you grounded, it ain't no turning back. You just gonna continue to grow and grow, unless some of those blind spots or some things that you may have not taken care of, or those things that is hidden that may trigger you, but that's fine, because then you know that it's something, okay, this is something I had I pushed back and suppressed so deep down that I didn't even realize that this is still an issue. You don't know how many times that has happened to me, that I didn't even realize it was an issue, because sometimes the things that we have gone through and we done kind of pushed back and not really addressed or had to deal with it because it happened, and it wasn't something that was ongoing, but it's something that was a traumatic experience for you, and you didn't have to deal with it, but maybe on down the line something comes up that reminds you of that, that triggers those bad feelings or those emotions, and then you realize that I really have not really dealt with that. And that's how I came to realize how defensive I was. I didn't even realize that I was as defensive as I was, and then when I started to think about it, I realized that the people around me were very defensive. You know, they were defensive beings, and that's how they communicated. And so it was natural for me to be defensive in those situations that, you know, that calls for you to be a defense, or if you offended. So once I realized that, I was like, wow, I didn't even realize that, because you're just moving. And that's why it's so important for us to be aware, because if we just going through the motions of what's happening and not being able and not being aware where we have that opportunity to think it through and then respond, then we just spend up, we don't know. It's a lot of things that we really don't know, and we be blinded, and it takes someone to really, you know, love and care for you, and that are genuine. They may not even love and care for you at that time, or it's something that's developing, but if they are genuine, if you connect with someone that's genuine and they see something in you that you need to see or that you're missing, then they're going to bring it to your attention. And that's some positive things that we have to be open to receive, because like I said, that feedback from somebody else, whether we think it or not, but if someone else is saying us like that, we have to be open to receive that information. We have to be open to receive it, and then be able to deal with it, and just check yourself and see, okay, am I wrong, or is this something that I need to correct? And if that's the case, then do it, keep it moving, and you good, because you're growing, and then you can go up. You know how the kids would draw the little lines as they're growing from when they was 1, 2, 3 every year as they grow. That's how our growth is. Every issue that we overcome, or every challenge that we overcome, then that's a level of growth. We are continuing to grow and grow and grow and grow and get higher as we become better versions of ourselves. And that just comes from experience, and that's what we want to be. We want to be better versions of ourselves, so we can be better to other people around us. Because when we better, then we're going to respond better, and we're going to flow. The love is going to flow. And then, because we have nurtured the love within us, we have nurtured that type of love. And that comes from that understanding, and that patience. That's what I learned too, you know, right now. Patience and tolerance, because we have low tolerance for people and we don't have patience for, you know, people. So that is where the cutoff game come in at. You know, we just can't deal with it because we don't even trust ourselves, and we don't want to be toxic. And that's important, because we don't want to be the problem. We want to be part of it. And so being that is taking care of ourselves, loving ourselves enough to pay attention to what is broken in us, or that break down in us, and just tapping in and fixing it. Just fixing it. And a lot of ways to just fix that is being aware, because you can't change something that you're not aware of. It's just not going to happen. So has it, hello, I don't know. Yeah, it's not going to happen. So that is my take on, as far as that was a question that was asked to me that I wanted to bring to Ginger's Love, to our topic discussions, is how do you help somebody that has hit rock bottom? And hit rock bottom is deep. Hit rock bottom means you are at your bottom and you don't feel like it's nothing left. You don't feel worthy of love. You don't feel like you are worth anything, and you just feel like it's hopeless. Your life is hopeless, and nothing looks good. Nothing is, you know, going good. Everything is falling apart, and you just don't see any way out. And sometimes people want to end it. They don't even want to live anymore, because life is so unbearable. They're not able to tap into the love and the power inside of them, or even to receive any love from anyone. So it's no opportunity to nurture that love. It's no opportunity to help that person unless they're open to it. So you just have to really just be available. Like, always, if someone ever was to reach out to you that needed you, be open and available to deal with that person. And that's why it's important for us to also take care of ourselves too. So if someone did reach out, someone was on the outside looking in, or see how you carry yourself, see how you deal with situations, and they wanted to reach out and be like, hey, Kayla, what can I do? Can I talk to you? And then you be so caught up in your mess that you can't even open up and to receive someone, because you're not tuned in. You can't connect with someone, and then that's all bad. And that probably be that lifeline that they needed in that moment, and you wasn't available because you hadn't taken care of yourself. So that is definitely going to be one of the best things that we can do for ourselves, is take care of ourselves first. Hey, now I like that. That's deep. He really is. He really is. If you connect to that, for us, and cause he's there, he's never left. He advises us in the word to draw near to him, because he is there. We are an extension of him. It's no separation from us and God. The only separation is in our minds and in our hearts, because we don't believe in the power of the Spirit of God within us. We don't believe in it, and we don't know it, or just some people have not received love that makes them feel like that God is real, because they feel like their life is so bad. Because I've seen people at rock bottom, and is no hope. In them is no hope, but you have hope, and all you can do in that moment is to send up, prayer, send love, and just hope by the grace of God and by His mercy that you're able to reach them or He's able to reach them in some type of way, because He definitely don't pressure. He don't put any pressure on us. He's there. And that's how we have to be. And that's how I would be able to help someone that's in rock bottom. It's just being open and giving that type of unconditional love that is in me, that I know that God has shown me in my trouble and the things that I've gone through, because that's where I found him. I did find that relationship at rock bottom. I wasn't at the point to where I just had no hope, but I was defeated. I was just like, I really felt defeated in the efforts of the things that I was trying to have in my life, that I was trying to experience in my life. But nothing has never happened to me to that bad that I felt like I wanted everything to be over with. I didn't want to deal with it. The thought has crossed my mind, but the actual action, because I have got to a place, the actual action of, doing something to take me from this world. No, I have not got that far, but I have had those thoughts before in my lifetime. Yes, I like that. That's deep. I love that, because that is where it's at. And that's, like I said, that it's purpose. It's pain. And the pain that we go through is purpose there. If we can come up out of it, and we can come out stronger because we have connected to God, we got to know Him in that spirit, because like it is not going to even be questionable. You're going to know without a doubt that this is the Spirit working within you, and you're going to feel better, and you're going to be okay, and you're going to know it's going to be okay. And the next day, you're going to have a whole different attitude about life, about your situation. You're going to maybe think more positive, or, you do have hope. You do have a glimmer of light, in that dark place that you was. So I love that. Yes. That is thing. That's why I have to remind myself all the time when I do, is that this is my rock and nothing can overcome that. That is my number one. That's my scripture, is that, God is within me. I cannot be defeated. I will not fail because of who is within me. And when you know that, that's a different type of power. It really changed the game in situations. And I say it all the time. It is a game changer when you know the source of your inner strength, your inner peace, and your inner happiness and love. All of that is internal, and only you can give that to yourself by working out the things that you need to, and dealing with the things that you need to come to that place of peace and happiness. And you definitely can be a blessing to someone in that light, because that's what people need to see when they're going through troubling times. That's what they need to feel. And sometimes when a person don't know God or don't know God is at rock bottom, he'll send someone like me or someone like you that does know that and is going to speak life into that situation. And like they say, it's power in the tongue. The things, hey Cherie, it's power in the tongue. So it's power in you speaking life into a situation as opposed to speaking death into a situation. Not death like die, kill, but death in like there's no hope and you're not giving them anything that is encouraging or that's motivating, something that they can hold on to be like, oh, maybe it is a God, you know, like dang, you may be the answer for someone. And why it's important for us to take care of ourselves and love ourselves enough and deep enough and be grounded in that love so you can extend that when someone needs you, because that is what we're here for. We are woven, we are intertwined with one another, no, whether we want to or not. We are there, and it's going to be something within you. It's going to be some knowledge, some peace in you that you have that you can extend to someone else, and they'll be able to feel it because it's a genuine spirit. It's a genuine love, and it's going to connect. That energy is going to connect and it's going to flow, and it gives people hope. Like it really does. So any opportunity that you have, and that, you know, that really helps you as well. When you help someone, I don't know, have you ever helped someone and it made you feel good? It made you feel good to know that you were able to help someone in a situation that they felt was hopeless, or they just said, you know, you was just what I needed. It was just, you know, you said that you came right on time, or whatever the case may be. Because that's who we are, you know. And when we operate in love, we grow in love. And that's why I believe we can change our world and the people that we encounter by being loved. And why it's important for us to start and learn to love ourselves as deep as we love someone else. That's big. Woo, that'll be some good love going. that would be some really good love. Because, you know, we say in a minute we love deep, we love hard. But does that love, that when we say that and we know that and we experience that, is that the same type of feeling that we feel when it comes to ourselves? When it comes to us, you know, being gentle with ourselves, you know, loving ourselves, taking care of our mind, our thoughts, and knowing that these are just that, you know, these are thoughts. And most times these are thoughts of the past, the thoughts of something that has happened. And they're just thoughts. They're not something. That's what they are. And it's for you, like, what you gonna do with all these thoughts in your head? Are you gonna control them, or are you gonna let them control you? Because you really have the control. You, the unchanging person. And I spoke about that, and that was just so eye-opening to me, is we are the only, our being, our existence is the only thing that's unchanging. Nothing changes but our circumstances, our minds, you know, our bodies, you know, things like that. But whether I was little Jen or big Jen, I'm still Jen. You know, I'm still Ginger. Whether I'm happy or I'm sad, I'm still Ginger. Like, whatever that you can attach to me to describe who I am or what I do, I am Siobhan. I am. And that's why affirmation starts with I am. And just coming at one with that. I am part of the universe. I am love. I am Siobhan. I am Ginger. I am existing in this space. You know, so you just have to tap into that control, tap into that power that we really have. And I didn't even understand power the way that I do until I tapped in and I got to know my creator, and I got to know the creation, me, and how I was created, and how I'm designed, and how I work, and how I flow, and how what that love and peace and happiness, how it works well with me and don't go against me. When we're, you know, feeling defeated and hopeless and, you know, down and out and just feel like no way, that's going against the love that God has for us, the love that he gives us. It goes totally against the natural, because that's not natural. That is not natural for us to be like that. These are from conditions. It's a conditioned mind that we have to reprogram. We have to reprogram it as we learn. And that's why, I always say to take this information that you are receiving in your experiences and learn and grow from it, because that is going to help us get to where we need to be and love better, love ourselves better, so we can love others better. And all those great relationships we want to experience, the man we want to call in, the woman we want to call in, whoever it is that we want to experience in our life, when we are that, and this is the energy that we spilling out, that's pouring out of us, that's going to come back to us. It's the law of attraction. It's just how it works. It's the laws of the universe. And it always have work like that. But when you are not in the right place, and you're gonna call in those spirits, and it's something to build your character. It's something for you to come to recognize and come to know and understand, so you can change. Because like I said, if you don't know, if you're not aware of the things that you need to change because you ain't dealt with them, and you just been kind of just moving and going with the flow, and we like that instant gratification. We like things right here, right now. So we make decisions for that pleasure. We love pleasure. It feels good. So sometimes we'll make those decisions for the good time in that moment, or the pleasure in that moment, but is it going to be beneficial to us in the long run? And that's how we have to start thinking as well. Like when we are in that moment of decision, is this decision going to help me in the long run? Is it going to support where I'm trying to go in the future, or where I'm trying to, who I'm trying to become? Or is it going to keep me where I am, and I'm not going to be able to grow, and it can even hurt me in some type of way, whether it's physical, mental, or emotionally? The decisions that we make can sometimes come back and bite us. And we will, we have to pay attention to it. And so we'll know, like, I may not want to make this decision. I may want to do something different because I don't want to experience this anymore. And that's how change occurs. And that's how, it's another topic that I had touched on. Growth can't occur without death. Like, you have to change. You can't be the same person doing the same things and expecting a different outcome. It just doesn't happen like that. We have to get to a place to where we can make them decisions, because we know that's what's going to be best for us. It's going to be best for us in the now and in the future, because yesterday is gone, and we can't get it back. We can only learn from it, and we can move past. And that's sometimes just something that it's a process, and we have to trust it. And once we trust the process and we grow in our experiences and those opportunities where we can grow, we do get better. We get better. We love easier. We more open to understand, try to understand someone. And even if we don't understand, or we can't feel where a person coming from, we can at least respect their truth. We can respect where they're coming from, because that's what people need to know, that you hear and understand me and my story, and you're not taken away from it. Because that's when people get upset, when they feel like you don't even understand, you ain't even tried to understand, you just want to say what you want to say, and now they done checked out again. So you don't want to be, putting people, in a way, and it don't even be intentional sometimes, but that's, again, being aware, being conscious of what's actually happening in that situation when you're interacting with yourself, or when you interacting with other people. Just being open and conscious of what's happening, and being aware. And each time that you have that opportunity to tap in, because it's something you have to do on a regular, and something I have to do on a regular in order for me to stay accord and stay on the right path, is be aware in those moments that, are you doing the same thing? Or are you making different decisions? Is this going to promote where you trying to go, or if it's not? And I don't always make those decisions, because like I say, it's something that you have to do every single day, and you have to keep on until it becomes it becomes so natural to you, to where it's not even nothing to think about, because you tuned all the way in, you're all the way live. So that is how we take care of ourselves. That's how we nurture the love within us, and that's how, when we connect with someone else, we can nurture that, and we speak that language of love. We speak in the same language of love, and it's healing in that. It's healing, and it's understanding, and it's compassion, and it's empathy for a person, because you truly can remove yourself from the situation and just allow that person to be who they are, express what they're going through, feel how they feel, hurt like how they hurt. But at the end of the day, let that out, and when the opportunity presents itself and when they're ready to receive it, you have to speak life into that situation. You have to, because there's no place in a dark place. That's not where we supposed to be. That's not where we living at, in the dark. We trying to be the light. We trying to be the sun. So yes. So any other experience, like have you been able to help someone, any type of like advice when it comes to connecting with someone that's really in a low place in their life and they looking for some type of light, they looking for some type of help? And sometimes you have to be mindful and attentive to what a cry out for help looks like. And this is for the people that you cross paths, not to go out and try to, say the world, because we can't. But when the people that is in your path, the people that you encounter, because we all encounter somebody, and it's a reason for it. It's a reason you're going to be for them, or vice versa. You're going to learn from them, or you're going to be able to give them something, or you'll be just what they needed, or vice versa. Like I said, it goes, both ways. You just want to be in that space, like I said, in that position to where you can extend that love. You can extend that olive branch to someone when it comes down to it. Because we just want to help, like I say. We got to get to that place. And I think the people that I have crossed paths with, if they're not on the same path, the journey that I'm on, they're getting there, they're open to it. So that's a good thing. I see a lot of positive things, a lot of realness, a lot of genuine, things. That is all the recipe to becoming whole and to taking care of yourself, because you have that place of freedom to where you can embody that type of those characteristics about yourself. And that's good, because if you can't trust yourself to speak from the heart and speak your mind in a way that is true to you, then there's no real freedom there. And that is also those you got to tread light in those type of situations when you can't be yourself, because it may be an explosion somewhere. If the right thing happen, or the right person say the wrong thing that you haven't dealt with, it can be a blow up. So yes, that is gonna be, I'm gonna wrap up here tonight. Just want to jump on here and just touch base on that. I didn't get to do it last night. Like I said, I have a lot going on this week. These last couple of weeks, still got a full week ahead of me. So I want to jump on and address that question. If it's anything that y'all want to, who's watching, is it anything that you would like to cover, or you would like for us to talk about on here? Any topic of discussion. I have many, but I also like to tap in and get feedback from you all as well, so we can be covering things that we all want to talk about and that we all want to address, and just have an open dialogue about it. So you who is watching, do you have anything that you would like to see discussed on Ginger's Love? Before I close out, just anything. I say it's no topic, but anything that either supports us, help us to heal, help us to grow, help us to, even if it's a good thing, like what is it? It doesn't always have to be, but I know a lot of life experiences and the things that we go through keeps us from thriving, keep us from pursuing our dreams, or obtaining the type of peace and happiness that we want to experience in our life. So if it's either something that's hindering us or if it's something that is pushing us to go forward. We want to talk about it. We want to cover it because, your light shines on other people, then that it works well. It works for the good of us as a whole, as a community. But also our stories, our testimonies, and the things that we have used or the experiences that we have helps other people as well. That's where the healing comes in at. And again, if we can't heal, we can't grow. Hey, Linda and Lisa. Hey, y'all. Thank y'all for joining. So we just been talking about how we help people that is, down on their luck. They're down in their faith, and they just at rock bottom and don't feel like there's no hope. And if you're at a place to where you can extend your love and nurturing love, like what do we do to how do we help people in that situation? And then recognizing too that we have to nurture ourselves, because the nurturing of ourselves and loving ourselves is how we can sustain and maintain that type of love to extend to someone else. Because that's how we're gonna be helping is the love that we have inside us, because we communicate in the spirit of love. We communicate in that way, and that's what people recognize when they know love as well. When they know it and they have love within them. And that was the thought in my a quote that I had posted earlier this week is about, not giving or getting love, but nurturing the love that is within us. Nurturing the love, and we can only nurture that love with the love that we have inside of us as much as we love ourselves. Hey, Ashley. So as much as we're loving ourselves, that's how we can love on someone else and they can love on us, because we're speaking love languages. We speaking that love that understands one another, and it helps. It helps. It heals. We win in love. In the genuine, real love. Because, some people have some choice words about love, but no, that real, genuine love, we definitely can use it. We definitely can work with it and let it work in our favor. And that's and even in those people that's rock bottom. Awesome. Well, I'm glad you love it. I love that you're here. I thank all of y'all that's joining and engaging. And that's what I said when I, doing something, we're able to do something for someone and we can build a community together and have something. It does us, our hearts good, because we are love. We are love. And so when we are spreading that love and we are speaking in love and respect of one another, then it does us good. We need that in our lives. And I'm glad that I finally got to a place to where I can open up like this and build a platform so we can all connect. I want to connect with all the hearts, especially that I am, from my hometown, from anyone that I have encountered or anything like that. I want to connect because I believe we connect for a reason, and we are here to be supportive of one another in any shape, form, or fashion that we can be. And the most important thing is just taking care of ourselves so we can continue to walk and operate in love. And I love your work. You are the bomb. You are the bomb. And so I want you on my show one day. I want you to join me and talk about your work and how you get there and all that good stuff. I love to share the platform with people, and because it helps us, and we love to see it. We love to hear it, and it's inspiring. And that's what we want. We want inspiration. Hey, cousin. How you doing? Awesome. That is great. Well, yes, we will definitely be hooking. I'll be reaching out to you for that. And I was wrapping up. Actually, I've been on here. We've been, like I said, we've been conversating about having a conversation about nurturing our love and being able to nurture other people and that has been broken or all the time that is feel like there's no hope. And when we are right and we cross that, when we encounter people like that, it's just a great thing for you to be able to extend that love and let them know that it's real and that you are there to listen to them. Sometimes you ain't even got to say nothing to them. You just have to, just be available. Just be that ear that they need someone to hear them out. Hear them out with no judgment. Just nothing but love. Nothing but love and an open heart, an open mind to receive what they saying, and hopefully the Spirit of God will give you something. The Spirit of love will give you something that's going to be just what they need to get them the boost that they need to keep on moving, to know like, hey, that's what I needed. Yes, thank you. You was heaven sent. You was God sent. And, I thank you. And then you going to feel so good inside. And you're going to be like, Lord, I'm glad I was there for him. And you just keep on and that energy just keep flowing. And we just keep spreading that love. And that's what we going to do. We just going to keep spreading love. We're going to keep growing in love, keep operating in love, and just keep spreading it. And I think we're going to be okay. I think we're going to be okay. I always say, I wish I could see you. I'm going to get you on here too. So you may as well get ready. You may as well get ready. But y'all, I am closing out. I hope y'all have a good night. I love y'all. Tomorrow is Friday. And I hope y'all have a good weekend. I'm not going to say I'm going to tap in. I got a full day tomorrow. And I don't know if I'll be able to tap in. But if I can, I will. And till next time, have a good one. You laugh because you already know. Y'all have a good night. And I will talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.